Imagine carrying the world's most dangerous spy in your pocket and never knowing it was there. No click, no warning, just one silent message, and suddenly your phone is working for someone else. This story will absolutely blow your mind. Welcome back to the Cyber Distortion Podcast with Kevin and Jason. This is Season 5, Episode 7, Pegasus Spyware, Privacy Compromised. Chapter 1, The Whisper in the Phone. July 2021. At first, no one realized their phones had already been compromised. A small team of forensic researchers at Amnesty International's security lab began examining the iPhones of journalists and activists from around the world. Not random users, not curious volunteers, people whose lives had been quietly unraveling for months. And what they were finding made no sense. The phones looked normal, fully updated, fully patched. Yet hidden deep inside the device logs, something was watching. Strange processes, phantom network traffic, connections to servers no user had ever visited. It looked like a glitch until analysts traced what was sending the data, a piece of spyware. At first glance, it resembled standard malware, but then they pulled apart the payload and realized this was something else entirely. The code was elegant, surgical, built in layers, burning multiple zero-day exploits, bypassing Apple's most advanced sandbox. Then came the most shocking discovery of all. The victims had never clicked a single thing. No suspicious link, no phishing email, no attachment opened. That meant something terrifying. This wasn't ordinary spyware. It was engineered, precisely, expensively. And the real discovery came next. The spyware wasn't crawling networks looking for victims. It was being aimed. A single, invisible message, delivered through iMessage. A booby-trapped file disguised as a GIF, wrapped around a PDF that should never have run. Activists, lawyers, and the fiancé of a murdered journalist. That's when the realization hit. This wasn't surveillance, this was hunting. Hidden inside the code was a name researchers already feared: Pegasus.
Our phones are not just our phones. We call them phones, but they're not phones, they're computers. And they're like extensions of our body. They're with us all of the time. And if they are turned into a surveillance device, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say this was something that even George Orwell in 1984 couldn't imagine. It's beyond science fiction.
But there was an even bigger mystery. The phones it targeted weren't reckless devices. They belonged to careful people who knew they were being watched. Which meant the spyware had to enter another way. And investigators soon realized how. A zero-click exploit, fired silently, possibly while the target was asleep, eating dinner, or holding their child. And just like that, the world discovered a weapon that didn't need permission to enter your life. But if someone had built a digital weapon capable of cracking open the most secure phone on Earth, who was pulling the trigger? And the most disturbing question of all, why?
Welcome to the Cyber Distortion Podcast. This is Season 5, Episode 7. Pegasus Spyware, Privacy Compromised. Jason, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When did smartphones stop becoming communication devices and start becoming surveillance devices?
When you start putting your personal information on your smartphone and gave them a reason to go get it.
The minute we started depending on them every day just to breathe and live.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember the good old days when prior to something like this, something like Pegasus, it took a human making a mistake. You had to click on a phishing email or a malicious attachment had to be opened, or, you had to insert a USB drive or click on something.
Yeah.
And this kind of spyware, it eliminates that, doesn't it?
Oh, dude, we're talking 0 click, dude. Man, this is 0 click. You don't have to do nothing to fall victim of it. And they just start sucking all your information from you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, everybody's heard of 0 days.
Yeah.
But how many people out there do you think have heard of a 0 click?
Oh, very few, dude. I think everyone still is most people are in the understanding that you have to do something to initiate it. I made a mistake. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, right? That kind of stuff. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, and I think it's probably worth explaining, at least at a high level, how these things work. So a 0 click basically works without your interaction in your phone because it's triggering based on activities within the phone's OS itself. So let's just say you get that message that they're talking about, the iMessage. As soon as your phone reads that message to interpret it so that you can get the alert on it, it's already triggered. It's too late.
Yeah. Or
So
like
that-
in this case, it was talking about coming through images, GIFs
Yeah, like an
that you would
embedded
receive.
image
so,
in the
yeah,
message.
so
Yeah.
you get a message, it has a GIF in it. The phone itself, to render the image, has to read the bytes, right? And you have to read the bytes to be able to render the image. In that process of reading the bytes to render the image is when the malicious code gets applied. So
Yeah, and this one is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of the Stuxnet episode we did, I think back on episode 3. There's a lot of parallels here in the malware they wrote for Stuxnet.
oh, you
and
think
this.
because like Israel was involved in it?
Or it's a nation state level
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah, could be.
Huh. Yeah, similarities.
But I mean, think about what you're exposing through your phone. I think these days with smartphones, it's worse than having your laptop hacked almost, because you're giving up information about your family, your coworkers, your business partners, travel habits, everything that you like, your religious beliefs, everything is in your phone.
Yeah, you live off of that thing, man. Everything goes through it. And even look at your text messages. If it wasn't personal enough, guarantee you those personal text messages are getting surfaced.
There's a lot of those conversations you wouldn't want getting leaked out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All the people you're talking crap about. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where if I lost my laptop, dude, I don't know if it's the same with you, but if I lost my laptop, I'm going to notice that instantly. I'm going to be like, where the F is my laptop, right? But if someone silently owned my phone, I mean, 6 months later, 9 months later, maybe even a year later, I might likely not even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 100%, a crazy thing about it. Wow. Well, this one gets into some really intense information about how this thing works, but we're going to get into that into the next chapter. Before we do, let's quickly thank some sponsors here, Jason. I'll start. I want to thank our friends over at Alacrinet. Alacrinet is one of our long-term sponsors. They're going to be joining us out in Black Hat here in a couple weeks. We're looking forward to hanging out with them and just chilling with them a bit. They are a service provider that can talk to you about just about any challenge you have in the world of IT. And being a value-added reseller, they have all kinds of vendor relationships with people, and they're doing a special where if you sign up to talk to some of their vendors, you get some pretty cool gifts just for showing up. And so it's a low risk and no commitment type thing. Join them, sign up, register. You can do this on the QR code that I'm going to post right there, and check them out. It's not going to be a waste of time. I've looked at some of their vendors. They've got some really good vendors, and I can't remember if it's still the Watchdog vendor that they had last month, but they're always running good promotions. So check them out, sign up, and talk to them. You'll get some good prizes for joining in and helping them. The other ones, CyberNova.ai. Jason, you know anything about them?
Oh, they're the best, man. They are the best
I've
AI
heard.
company.
I've heard.
They create their own platform to deliver a secure AI in the box solution at an enterprise level of the organization. So meeting the challenge of, hey, how do I get started using AI and actually get an ROI the quickest path possible? They have a platform that they spin up for you, entirely private network, private storage, private everything to your organization, access to all the latest models, access to things like skills and agents and all the cool things all the cool kids have to build really cool AI solutions. And you're up and running in less than a week. You got your AI strategy implemented and executing. So if you're really interested in trying to figure out how to get started with AI, you need to take a look at CyberNova.ai.
But I've heard AI is hard to learn, dude. And is this tool any different? Is it going to make it easier on me?
Yeah, actually, I mean, kind of one of the biggest challenges these guys have solved is the fact that, you look at OpenAI and Claude and Microsoft's Copilot. All of those platforms are leaning to try to do the same thing, where they want you to buy the platform and then they realize, hey, we got to show you how to use this stuff. The problem with that is that they're going to charge you an hourly rate, $300 to $500 on some consultant that's a VAR that's going to come in and do this work for you. And you may not get a result. You mean it's just them helping you do something you said you wanted to do. And there's no line to actually getting an ROI out of that work.
Yeah, they'll get you to the implementation phase and then that's it, right?
Yeah, and walk away, right? CyberNova does a lot more than that, right? So they sit down and define with you proof of concepts that lead to an ROI. They have you pick one, they execute on it. If it doesn't lead to an ROI, you don't pay that rate, and it's a flat rate, $3,700. So if you don't get an ROI, I mean, you don't pay the rate. You walk away. You're like, okay, I learned. They trained me. They showed me how to do this stuff. Now I'm going to go do the next thing, and you just keep moving on. So the goal with this organization is about trying to get people to actually get value out of AI, quickest path possible, and the most secure path possible. Without having to know a whole lot about it. You don't manage the infrastructure. They manage it for you. It's yours, but they manage it for you. They keep it secure. They do security policies, patches, updates, all of that management of it. They keep it updated to the latest model. So as new models get dropped, they do the review, the analysis of it, and then release those models to the platform so you can use them. They help you understand how to use certain models and certain agents to get the right output and response that you want to get to solve your problem. So they work all around all edges to help you succeed at it.
Well, there you go. Go on out there and check them out. CyberNova.ai. They're a great startup AI company that's out there kicking ass. Jason, let's jump back into the story and we'll talk about more sponsors in our next break, bro.
Let's go get it.
All right.
Chapter 2: A leak of 50,000 names. Once forensic evidence of Pegasus reached researchers around the world, the investigation exploded. Forbidden Stories, a Paris-based journalism nonprofit, had obtained something extraordinary: a list. More than 50,000 phone numbers. Numbers selected by NSO Group's clients since 2016. Numbers spread across more than 50 countries. Numbers belonging to people who had no idea they were on it. But here's the terrifying part. The list didn't read like a counterterrorism dossier. It read like a hit list against democracy itself. 80 journalists from 17 news organizations across 10 countries began verifying the data. The Guardian, Le Monde, The Washington Post, Süddeutsche Zeitung, Haaretz, The Wire, just to name a few. And what they uncovered changed how the world understood surveillance. At least 180 journalists, hundreds of human rights defenders, lawyers, opposition politicians, religious figures. And then came the names that froze the room. 14 heads of state. French President Emmanuel Macron, Pakistan's Imran Khan, South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa, Iraq's Barham Salih. Presidents, prime ministers, even a king, all flagged as people of interest to clients of a private Israeli company. Amnesty International's security lab began forensic analysis on 67 phones tied to the list. The results were chilling. 37 phones showed traces of Pegasus. 23 were successfully infected, some as recently as days before the report dropped. And the more researchers dug, the worse it got. The phone of Hatice Cengiz, fiancé of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, was successfully infected with Pegasus just 4 days after his murder. Khashoggi's wife, Hanan Ilatra, her phone had been targeted in the months before he was killed. Friends, confidants, family members, all circled, all watched. NSO Group denied any connection to the murder. They still deny it today. But the forensics didn't lie. And then the technical analysis got worse. Citizen Lab, working out of the University of Toronto, captured a sample of the exploit in the wild. They called it forced entry. It abused a flaw deep inside Apple's image processing system, a PDF pretending to be a GIF, containing a custom-built virtual CPU made out of pixel operations. Google's elite Project Zero team tore it apart line by line. Their conclusion was blunt. One of the most technically sophisticated exploits they had ever seen, on par with elite nation-state hackers. Except this wasn't a nation-state. This was a private company selling military-grade access to anyone willing to pay. And once investigators began tracing the customer list, they realized something even more disturbing. These weren't shadowy criminals. These were governments. Governments with everything to hide. And Pegasus, it appeared to be a military-grade weapon designed for one purpose: to change geopolitical landscapes.
Wow. So Kevin, here's the thing. Let me tell you, when I'm watching this and going through it, I'm thinking about one thing. This isn't like something that was done like a long time ago, like mid 2000s. This was done in 2021.
Yeah, just a few years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like happening in your back pocket right now. Kind of stuff.
It could be. This thing could be on our phones right now. Jason.
Yeah. So that's the first thing that struck me, in the fact that it was a private company that was doing this, but selling government grade encryption and access to get access to this data. And generally, this is not the first one. This is probably the third or fourth topic that we've covered where its sole purpose is to manipulate geopolitical structures, right?
Yeah, we saw it in Cambridge. We saw it in Stuxnet.
Yeah.
We saw it in Silk Road. Well, not Silk Road, but I guess this is the third time we've seen it.
So I'm like, if these are just 3 examples, recent, not very far off examples of manipulation of geopolitical grounds, how much of this is going on that we don't even know or hear about that's continuing to happen? It just tells you that you have to be on high alert on all things, every piece of information that you come across, that you hear, no matter what the source is, you have to be on high alert for it, because anything could have been garnered, gleaned, siphoned, stolen, manipulated, and reused, and then spit back out to you to manipulate you and your thoughts and steer an entire government into something that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, and then put yourself in NSO Group's position here. Imagine selling a product that your customers can never publicly admit that they bought it, one, and your product can only work if everybody has no idea how it works.
Yeah, don't ask any questions.
It'll do what you want it to do.
You will get some packages coming your way, digital packages. Just don't ask.
Yeah, right? Crazy. And all the stuff that your phone freaking knows about you, dude. It knows, where you sleep. It knows your sleep patterns and where you work and who you love or who you're married to, who your doctor is. Where do your kids go to school? All of that. That's more than like intelligence agencies know about most of the people they're following,
Yeah. 50,000 accounts too, man. 50,000 accounts worldwide.
Yeah.
So this was targeted. This was very precise.
Well, yeah. I mean, and even if it's not, the spyware can't pull a trigger and kill somebody, but it can certainly be a part of, a bigger plot.
Yeah, manipulation.
For a political assassination or just any kind of assassination.
Yeah.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah. Well, let's get into this.
It's kind of proof, though, that, governments are still willing to pay millions of dollars for exploits. And in this case, mobile exploits.
Governments are willing to pay millions of dollars to manipulate people for whatever they want. And part of the manipulation is having the data on people so they can do the manipulation. So,
yeah. And one country gets it, the others have to have it. It's like,
I'm going to say it's not one country that's doing this, right? Or a group of countries. It's all of them, even us. I mean, it's everybody. Right?
Hell yeah, it's us. The U.S. is probably the ones that encouraged, Israel
like,
to build this
we
thing.
got an idea for you. Why don't you do something like this? And if you do it, we might buy it.
Yeah. Well, you heard on the Cambridge Analytica episode we did, your phone can learn more about you than your closest family members and friends.
Yeah.
So if it knows that kind of information and that's floating around in your phone and they can get access to everything in your phone, imagine. Just imagine.
Yeah.
They know your every move, dude.
Yeah. You're being tracked.
Well, I think it gets better. But before we get into the final chapter here, want to thank a couple more sponsors. We need to thank our friends over at Fulcrum Technologies. They are a long-term partner of ours and another company that can help you out when it comes to learning about technology, determining whether technology fits in your environment. Also, solving problems. If you have a problem in technology that you need solved, they've got the resources. I mean, these guys have the hookup. I've worked with them on several different issues that we were having, and they've been able to help me every single time. They know probably more about my environment than I know about it. So, great people. And then, Jason, what about Pure Bomb? What do they do?
Oh, yeah, Pure Bomb, Golf Apparel. This is their logo, Pure Bomb. And
the bird.
Yeah, so they're fairly new too. They're trying to make a splash. Great logo, great concept. If you look at
Great
the
dude running the company.
yeah, if you look at the logo, what I like about it is that there's hidden meanings, like the I that has the X in it. That's actually
Yeah.
two T's
Yeah.
crossing over each other. So yeah, it's a lot of cool little things like that. And yeah, we really love their apparel, what they put together and what they're trying to do. We encourage you to go out and take a look at them. They have a lot of really cool stuff. So look at Pure Bomb, search for them, find their site, and then check out what they have.
Yep, absolutely, dude. All right, let's jump into part 3.
Let's go.
Chapter 3: The Reveal. When investigators began mapping who was buying Pegasus, the picture was staggering. Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Hungary, India, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Morocco, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Togo, the United Arab Emirates. The list went on and on. These were just the 11 confirmed client countries, and almost certainly many more existed behind the curtain. NSO Group claimed their tool was only used to fight terrorism and serious crime. Strict vetting, human rights reviews, ethical guardrails. The evidence said otherwise. In Mexico, the leaked list contained roughly 15,000 numbers. Journalists, activists, the widow of a murdered reporter, even the future president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, along with 50 people close to him. In India, more than 40 journalists were selected. Opposition leaders, 2 sitting cabinet ministers, a Supreme Court justice. In Hungary, investigative reporters at Direct 36 watched their own devices light up with traces of infection. In Azerbaijan, journalist Khadija Ismailova learned her phone had been compromised for nearly 3 years. This wasn't crime fighting, this was political control. And the design of Pegasus made it almost impossible to defend against. Once installed, it had full access. Every text message, every email, every photo, every location ping, WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, iMessage, encrypted didn't matter, because Pegasus could read the freaking screen. This gets even better. Pegasus could activate the microphone, turn on the camera, watch the world through your own eyes, and do it all without a single notification. Then came the corporate fallout.
On Tuesday, the iPhone maker said it had filed a lawsuit against NSO Group and its parent company, OSY Technologies.
Apple sued NSO Group in November 2021, seeking to permanently ban them from using Apple products. Meta and WhatsApp had already filed their own lawsuit 2 years earlier. The United States government moved next. NSO Group was added to the Commerce Department's entity list, blacklisted, cut off from American technology. The official statement called out, quote, transnational repression, the practice of authoritarian governments reaching across borders to silence dissidents, journalists, and activists. For the first time, a commercial spyware vendor was being treated like a weapons dealer. But the damage had already spread. Because once Pegasus existed, the knowledge couldn't be unlearned. Other companies entered the market: Candiru, Citrox, Intellexa, Predator Spyware, Rain Spyware. New names, same playbook. And then in 2022, the Pegasus story exploded again. Citizen Lab revealed that more than 60 Catalan politicians, lawyers, and activists in Spain had been hacked. Polish opposition figures were targeted before a national election. Greek journalists, Thai protesters, Salvadoran reporters. The list kept growing. Even Apple had to keep racing. Lockdown mode, emergency patches, new sandbox protections, and still new zero clicks kept surfacing. Because the truth of Pegasus was simple and devastating. If a government wanted you watched and they had enough money, they could. Experts today widely agree on one thing. The Pegasus revelations marked the moment commercial spyware became a global crisis. Because it proves something that can't be undone. Code can silence a journalist before a bullet ever does.
Basically, the consortium had access to a list of potential targets.
They included my number?
Exactly. To be sure that he was indeed infected or surveilled, we would have to run forensic analysis.
Not just monitor, not just spy, but identify, track, locate, and mark a human being for what comes next.
When I hear this from you, I was a little bit not sure to talk. And I don't know if my giving a code to you, it will help me. I don't know, because I don't trust the government anymore.
And once that knowledge exists, it doesn't stay contained. It spreads, it evolves, it gets resold under a different name. And today, those same techniques are being refined, expanded, weaponized further.
I realize sorry.
No.
I realize this country cannot really trust. If you will ask me, I am very angry.
Of course. Of course.
In ways the public may never see. Because the most dangerous spyware doesn't announce itself. It waits. Just like Pegasus did. The world didn't just witness a hack, it witnessed the birth of the privatized surveillance industry.
Wow, Jason. So this is that interview was wild.
Yeah.
So this isn't about a piece of spyware, man. If you think about it, it's about the birth of a whole new industry. I mean, that's what's really happened here. And I kind of look at the NSO Pegasus situation. You remember Napster back in the day?
Yep. Yeah.
This is kind of the Napster of spyware, is it not?
Yeah. 100%, man.
I mean, that's kind of what it made me think of, is like, you know, damn, they're the first to really do it and to do it right. And at this level, but because they were discovered, all they really did was give all their trade secrets away. So there 15 other people could come along behind them and do the same thing.
Yeah, crazy, man, because going back to the whole thing again, look, most of the people that were targeted, journalists, heads of state, political figures.
Politician, yeah.
Yeah, so it was very strategic. And and then the challenge becomes, for me at least, when you look at something like this or you hear this story, for me it's like, man, it just frightens me even more to think about all of the things you would have to wrap your brain around just to keep yourself safe. We can't do it. No one is capable of doing that. Not even us, right? That we live in this world.
Yeah, we live in
can't
it. And this could happen to us. Dude, let's be real.
Yeah, you can't do it. Now, I would likely notice something different happening on my phone that I would investigate before someone else would, but it doesn't stop it from still happening.
No, that's the thing, is it could still detonate on you. Yeah, you're more likely to notice that because you're wired that way.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it could happen to both of us. And who knows how long it could go and remain unnoticed before we really realized, man, something is off with this damn phone, right?
I know. So
think about the conflict of interest here in this story too. You got governments who are supposed to be regulating themselves, right?
Yeah.
But can they really regulate themselves? Because they're the buyers, they're the investigators of these types of things and the regulator.
Yeah. Yeah, this story reminds me a little bit of some other tactics that we've covered in the past. One was we covered a tactic that surfaced up on the dark web, and it was how the FBI took down a major cartel ring. And this was a couple of years ago in one of our episodes, but they took down a major cartel ring because they manufactured a phone that looked like the same manufactured secure phone that the cartel was using. They had a special device that they were using to communicate on a channel that only they could see. And the FBI made a phone to fit on that same channel, and they injected it into the cartel, and so everyone thought they were on a secure channel, but the FBI was just collecting all their information.
Like every single move they made, they had.
Yeah. So it reminds me of that same type of tactic. If you can plug in something on a device that someone uses all the time, that you can just start to filter all their information into your camp while they're still doing their communication, it's the ultimate, and that's what they were able to achieve.
Dude, I got a good hypothetical for you. You want to do a hypothetical real quick?
Give me a hypothetical.
Okay, so if someone offered you, Jason, I can assure you, no government, no hacker, no corporation is ever going to be able to access your phone again, ever. But in order for you to get that, you have to give up all cloud services, all social media, and all smart features. Would you do it?
I likely would.
Would you really?
I likely would.
I don't think so, dude. Man, you don't know what you're giving up.
It depends, right? It depends on what that means. Like, you know why I say I'd likely
no more
would?
Online banking, no more Facebook, no more any of that.
But I could just do it on a different account.
Okay, well, if you could do that now, that kind of takes the fun out of the hypothetical, man. I'm talking about Jason Papillon.
You're like, here's the story, dude. You can't.
We could all
we're
do
at a
burner
stage
phones
right
and
now.
fake accounts. Dude.
Yeah,
Come
there's a
on.
stage right now where if the only way to really truly achieve that would just to be 100% abstinent from all technology, and just move yourself out to the country and don't have anything. Yes, that's what you would do, but that's not happening.
no, man. Heck no, you couldn't buy movie tickets. You couldn't do anything, man.
No,
that would it would suck. It would really suck. I think we've all kind of become tethered. I can admit it. We're all tethered to our phones. It just kind of goes back to be aware. Be aware of what's going on. Be aware of what you're clicking on, and think before act. Think before acting.
Yeah.
One thing it did do, though, is it exposed the fact that smartphones are probably becoming the most valuable intelligence assets that we are willingly carrying everywhere we go.
Yeah,
just like our ID, man. Or any other valuable asset that we carry with us. It's there. It's our identity. It's our digital identity now. Dude.
Yeah, hack the phone, you hack everything.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess that should just about wrap it up for this one. Why don't you tell them what's coming up in the next episode, Jason, and then we'll tease it here.
Well, we have gotten a butt ton of requests.
a metric butt ton. That's a real measurement.
That's a lot of butts, but of requests to dive deeper into this mysterious anonymous.
Mysterious anonymous.
We're going to be planning a special anonymous episode to drop during Hacker Summer Camp Black Hat DEF CON in a few weeks. And that will be an exciting one. We're hitting on a couple of different angles and trying to do the what you don't know behind the scenes about Anonymous and get you some pretty intriguing information. So we hope you can join us and be on pins and needles to watch this next one as it comes out in a couple of weeks.
Dude, so interesting, the anonymous story. I'm learning so much just working on this episode and investigating it. I can't wait to talk about that one.
Yeah.
And what better time to release it than during Hacker Summer Camp?
Hacker
right?
Summer Camp. Yep.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be
Yeah.
great. So, all right, with that, let's close this one down. Let's hand it over to Blake, and we will lead you up to the teaser for that particular episode that's coming next, the week of Hacker Summer Camp. Be there.
Sounds good. Let's go.
In summary, Pegasus wasn't just spyware. It was a turning point. A moment when surveillance stopped being a government secret and became a product on a shelf. Today, dozens of companies are building tools just like it, more advanced, more invisible, more disposable. Pegasus opened the door to a whole new era in commercial cyber weapons, and that was only a few years ago. Just imagine what these vendors are capable of with today's AI-driven exploitation chains. Imagine what they'll sell to the highest bidder in just the next 3 to 4 years. The thought of this is terrifying, because the end game could be cataclysmic. You've been listening to the Cyber Distortion Podcast with Kevin and Jason. This was Episode 7, Pegasus Spyware, Privacy Compromised. Join us next time, where we burrow down the rabbit hole of one of the internet's most mysterious and fascinating hacker collectives.
We are Anonymous.
Anonymous is a decentralized international collective of activist hackers, or hacktivists.
We are Legion.
They are respected and feared by many.
We do not forgive.
No one is immune from an anonymous attack.
We do not forget.
Mighty governments, humongous corporations, hate groups, they have all witnessed the reach of Anons cooperating in teams.
Expect us.
This one is one you're gonna love. Until then, stay safe out there. Remember to subscribe to help us grow, and tell a friend or two about us. We appreciate your support. For partnership information, contact us at info@cyberdistortionpodcast.com. Cheers.
Encrypting.
Alacronetis, a value-added reseller that provides cybersecurity-specific security solutions, services, and staffing. We are an agnostic security partner, which allows us to present multiple options for each security need. Our catalog of services encompasses a range of security solutions, penetration tests, and staffing options. With our approach, we can bring the best options and price points forward to increase your security posture and prevent vulnerabilities. Alacronetis constantly adding new partners to meet the challenges of an ever-changing security landscape. As security experts, we know how to find security talent. Our entire organization is focused on cybersecurity, from leadership to sales team to technical staff and hiring staff. For more information on our vast list of solutions or services, please give us a call or visit our website at www.alacronet.com. We look forward to growing with your business.